Good morning, children. In the previous class, we learnt about the northern mountains, three parts, physical division, 6 physical divisions, and in those six physical divisions, in this lesson 2, we are learning about the northern mountains and peninsular plateau. Now, coming to the northern mountains. In the last class, I told you that these northern mountains are divided into 3 rows, 3 different rows. This is Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas and Outer Himalayas. We learn in detail about these 3 rows. First one, the Greater Himalayas. First row, the Greater Himalayas. These are the highest mountains of these 3 rows. Highest mountains of these 3 rows. See, here only, children, here we can see the mountain peaks. Mountain peaks. This is Annapurna, Everest, Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. Here, this side, Annapurna, Everest and Kanchenjunga. And if you come this side, here it is Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat. These are the highest peaks of these Greater Himalayas. We know that highest mountain peak in the world, the highest mountain peak in the world, Mount Everest. Mount Everest is located in this area, in this Greater Himalayas. And other mountain peaks are Nanga Parbat, Annapurna and Kanchenjunga. This row, this Greater Himalayas are covered completely with ice, thick sheets of ice, and sometimes these thick sheets form like ice hills. We know rock hills, isn't it? Small hills. So this water forms like hills, like ice hills, which will be floating in the water. Such ice hills which are floating in the water are called as glaciers. They are called as glaciers. These glaciers flows down. These glaciers, the ice part will be melting and the water flows down. And what happens to the water which is flowing down? This water forms as rivers. The melting water of this glacier forms rivers like the 3 important rivers of this area, this Greater Himalayas, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. These Greater Himalayas are completely covered with ice. This place is not suitable for human habitation. It is very difficult for humans to live because it is completely covered with ice. And it is difficult to live here because we cannot grow any crops here. We cannot rear any animals in those areas. So it is very difficult to live here. For human habitation, these Greater Himalayas are not suitable. But the water which is flowing through these Greater Himalayas, glaciers, this water which is melting and flowing down is forming rivers like Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. We know the uses of this water. Very fertile region. It is useful for cultivation. So these Greater Himalayas are covered with ice and it is very difficult to live. That is about the first part. And coming to the next one, the Middle Himalayas. These are the Middle Himalayas. Middle Himalayas are also called as Himachal. Greater Himalayas are also called as Himadri. Middle Himalayas are also called as Himachal. See, thick vegetation is found. It is not like Greater Himalayas. we can find, we can see some trees, plants here. So we can find thick vegetation, trees like pine trees and deodar trees. These are very, we can see this vegetation here. And because these are hill slopes, we can see tea plantations. Tea plantations. We know tea, no? Tea. And you know Assam. Assam tea is very famous in India, isn't it? Assam and West Bengal. In Assam and West Bengal, we can find tree plantations. And not only tea plantations, we can see the orchards. What is the meaning of orchard, children? Fruit trees. Fruit trees. Fruit gardens. Fruit gardens. So orchards of apple, peaches are found here. Orchards of apple and peaches are found here. And we can see the places. Hill stations. You know about the hill stations, isn't it? These middle Himalayas, this Himachal area is famous for many hill stations. We know, children, in summer seasons, people go to these hill stations to spend their time. Tourist attraction places these are. Tourists are attracted here by this place because these are very cool areas. We know these areas: Shimla, Nainital, Mussoorie and Darjeeling. These are famous hill stations. People go there. These places are attracting the tourists to visit. So these people, the people, to protect themselves from heat climate, they go there and spend they go to the hill stations and spend there. And the next one is Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, and these are Outer Himalayas. The Outer Himalayas. The third row, the lowest row is the Outer Himalayas. This is also called as a Shivalik. And this is the lowest of 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. This is the lowest of 3 rows. And slopes of these mountains, the slopes of these mountains are covered with thick forests. Upper one is not suitable for human habitation. Middle one is little better, but this is completely we can see the thick forest, means greenery everywhere. And because of this forest, we know that these forests are homelands for wild animals, isn't it? So we can observe, we can see so many wild animals here. And this area, because it is growing, because greenery, because it is suitable for growing crops and all, it is suitable for human habitation, suitable for humans. And cherries, plums and apricots, these are the fruits found in this area. What are the fruits found? Cherries, plums and apricots. Not only these, children, rice and wheat are also grown here. Rice and wheat are all grown here. Not only this, potatoes and maize also grown here. Potatoes and maize also we can find. And in this lower outer Himalayas, in the Shivalik range, we can see some hills like Garo, Jaintia, Khasi and Mizo. What are the hills? Garo, Jaintia, Khasi and also Mizo. So these are the hills found in this outer Himalayas. So these are the 3 rows. These are the 3 rows of northern Himalayas, the greater Himalayas. We learned about these 3 rows. Do we have any advantages? Do we have any uses of these mountains? Let us see what is the importance of these northern mountains. What we are getting, how we are benefiting because of these northern mountains. That is greater, the Himalayan mountain range. These mountains, these northern mountains, these three Himalayan ranges are playing a major role in our country. How they are helping? How they are helping us? These Himalayas do not allow the cold winds from Central Asia, from this corner. These do not allow cold winds from central area. That means like fort it is protecting our country from cold winds which are coming from Central Asia. That is one. And I told you that these outer Himalayas and middle Himalayas, we can find so many forests. We know what are the benefits of the forest. What are the things we get from the forest, isn't it? Wood, different kind of wood we are getting. Different kinds of medicines, herbal medicines we are getting. And many other uses of these things. We know, honey. These kinds of things we get from the forest. Forests are very useful, isn't it? So like that, because of those forests, we are getting so many things. And these Himalayas are the home of gods. Home of gods. That means many pilgrim towns are located in the Himalayas. Many pilgrim towns are located in Himalayas. We know Haridwar, Rishikesh. These two are the hometowns, pilgrim towns found in the Himalayas. These two places are home of gods for India. Did you all understand, children? And we learned about the northern mountains in this lesson, in this part. In the next part, I am going to explain about the Peninsula Plateau.